Well, if that doesn't wake you up, I don't know what will. My name is Daniel Keller. I'm here to talk to you about Flux and proof of useful work. Things I won't be talking about today: immersion mining, mining rigs, Bitcoin in general, which is nice, so we'll switch it up a little bit. I kind of came into the lion's den this time because we have a lot of Bitcoin miners here, but I actually came here to speak to all the technologists. I have a challenge for each and every one of you. We have a dilemma in the technology industry, and that is, how do we get additional compute resources into the hands of the people that need it? The chat GPTs of the world, the projects that are developing, maybe even Twitterers of the world. We are focusing on proof of useful work, and this is important. Flux is the very first and largest decentralized compute network that you've never heard of. You've never heard of it, and that's by design. We did it that way because we wanted Flux to be fully functional and running. And as a matter of fact, if you visit booth 151, you can see it running today. So what makes proof of useful work so important? Well, we do have a dilemma that we have to solve. We have target sectors that we need to address: medical fields, research, cloud computing, VR, AR, media entertainment, weather forecasting, simulations, and other. We are all technologists. We came to Bitcoin because it was a new technology that challenged each and every one of us. There's no feeling like the very first time you hit that first block, or that first time that rig starts hashing. And that's exactly what proof of useful work is. It's changing the way that we mine forever. It's no longer utilitarian. It's actually very flexible. Most of this is configuration through hardware. Flux is a lot different. Although we are a Bitcoin Coinbase, we actually forked Bitcoin for Flux. We created our own node network that runs front ends, back ends, applications, web servers, cloud solutions. And we're also getting ready to deploy 100,000 plus nodes all across, 100,000 plus mining rigs all across the world. This is unbelievably important, and this allows people to use hardware that they already currently exist. One of Satoshi Nakamoto's greatest quandaries was, what do we do with this additional compute resources? And Flux has figured out exactly what to do with that. We're not saying that we're the next Bitcoin, we're saying we're the first Flux. So part of that is benchmarking configuration, hardware specifications, tagging machines, requirements for tasks, the ability to tweak miners peer side for useful work category. So configuration for proof of useful work really resolves around four things. Proof of useful work for casual miners, that's the regular everyday people, and if you check out the booth, you'll see rigs that were built specifically for proof of useful work. Proof of useful work for miners. So currently, you're all miners. Some of you have ASICs, some of you have GPUs. Flux is a GPU mineable asset and always will be. We're ASIC resistant, and we would immediately fork the project if there was ever a detection of ASICs and or FPGAs. So we protect decentralization. We keep that close to our heart. Our proof of useful work model with Flux OS, and our proof of useful work model for Flux OS and miners. So our operation model delivery system really lies on several key points. Scheduler, ensuring delivery, auto assignment of optimal tasks, configuration, distributed work, validating work, load balancing, and isolating environment. What does that mean? That means we are AWS on the blockchain, and we are delivering that technology today to thousands and thousands and thousands of users all across the world. 13,000 plus nodes deployed in every single, just about every country across the globe. If you don't believe me, check us out at runonflux.io. So our operation system management tools, specifically around customer-focused dashboard, and you can see that dashboard back at 151 today. Currently it's running AI and modeling. It's also got a Minecraft server running one there. So if you're into that, into Minecraft servers, it's kind of cool to see, all on a decentralized network. We work on our storage. Currently we have a product called Flux Cloud, and underneath Flux Cloud is Flux Drive. What is Flux Drive? Flux Drive is a decentralized Dropbox, meaning your information is stored securely on the blockchain with Flux IPFS, sharded and in your pocket. It means there's no third party between you and your data. We also have defined rig availability, allows us to pick which particular platform, and we also can assign different products to that. I'm going to kind of skim through some of these things. Operating model and economic model. Mining Flux coin, you'll be able to switch to proof of use for work. You will be able to mine every single proof of work product in proof of use for work and be ready to move to useful work whenever the jobs are required. So hypothetically, if ChatGPT needed additional resources and they went to Flux, you're mining Flux, you would immediately be switched to proof of use work and you would begin to do AI, you could do rendering, you could do edge compute, you could do a host of things. Mining other coins and switching to proof of use work, and no mining. You can actually be on standby. So if you have a particular data center that's doing other work, you can actually have it online and ready to go for useful work if you're tapped. And also pricing is based on task configuration, reward quantity, and reward upon completion. Specific hardware specifications, both your CPU and motherboard must be capable of virtualization. This includes support of Intel virtualization technology and Intel virtualization technology for directed I/O. Specifications for the motherboard, you can have a PCIe Gen 3.0, and this will ensure efficient data transport. A CPU with 4 threads and RAM requirements for VRAM as well. These are basic computer models, people. These are what we're running at home, especially if you're gaming or things like that. This is opening up proof of use work and basically the next iteration of proof of work to anyone that wants to do it. And then we talked about the GPU. There are requirements. Basically, Flux's focus is run till death. That means we want to make sure that anyone that's got a 1070 Ti or a 1060 Ti sitting around, that they'll be able to participate in the network. Basically, that helps us move toward our carbon neutral goal. So a proof of work project that's actually carbon neutral and gearing toward carbon negative. You can also see our carbon tracker right on our website, runonflux.io. So right now the team is, this is myself, Dadeus, Jeremy, Davey, Nolan, and Alex. They have worked very hard on this project. This isn't a flash in the pan. There's very few times in our lives when we get to look back and remember the first time we saw it. We remember it with the internet, we remember it with Bitcoin, and today, if you're here today listening to this, you're going to remember it with proof of use work, and I guarantee that. So this is actually the dashboard for the application. We wanted to make sure this was very user-friendly. It feels a lot like every single application that we've ever used. Basically, you'll have your different workers configured. You'll be able to benchmark these workers. You'll be able to basically maintain them, split your workers up onto different tasks, and if you want to mine a different project other than Flux, you'll be able to mine any proof of work project there is. This is our benchmarking screen that allows us to showcase exactly what we're doing. This will tell you what your CPU, your GPU, your mining usage, so on and so forth. You'll be able to mine while you're waiting for your proof of work model to become available, which is really nice. So one of our things at Flux that we talk about is Google had a motto many years ago. And as a matter of fact, if you go back in the Wayback Time Machine and you think about many, many years ago, Google had a "Don't be evil" underneath their search engine. It has since been scrubbed from the code base completely. You can't find it anywhere. Why? That was their shot at other companies that were being evil. They were manipulating your data. They were using you as a tool in their arsenal, right? Our motto that we have with Flux is "Don't be evil again," and we practice what we preach. We believe in this. These opportunities come once in a lifetime. I believe that we're on the precipice of something great. We're already starting to hear about CBDCs and controlling your data, social credit scores. The ability for us to give something to our children that's going to impact their life is today. You leave here today and you learn about Flux. You go and you understand why having your data and your privacy and every component of your cloud compute, sooner or later they're basically going to put the hamstrings on cloud compute. It's the current administration is already talking about censoring that. That's a problem. Well, there's a solution. So today you see the solution. Today you met Flux. And today, I challenge each and every one of you to come back, meet with us, and let us dive deep into the rabbit hole with Flux. I appreciate your time.